From us damn street niggas, we ain't really comfortable with all of that damn. So just trying to say,
do what you do, baby.
I want to congratulate. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real.
Yeah. I'm saying, like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole juice, man, I'm looking at the screen like preach. Cause I was on the phone with him, you feel me? So you know what I'm saying?
Speed that not the general, to NOLA the podcast. You keep your body clean, huh? Yeah. How are y'all doing? I hope y'all having a very NOLA app evening so far. You heard me? I got a special guest in here. I'm about to bring him up and I'm about to let him tell y'all who he is. You heard me? Yo.
What's down, baby?
What's up, big brother? What's up? Hope you're having a very NOLA day to day. You heard me? You want to shout your
Goddamn
people
right.
out? Yeah, you understand me? You want to shout your people out first, or you want to get straight into it? You heard me?
I want to shout out the Lord himself first, bro, because he's the one that still got me here and got a plan for me. I want to shout you out for having me on your platform. I appreciate it, and I love what you're doing, and I wish you all the best, for real, because you one of the most consistent ones I see doing it, you feel me? And consistency is key, which is one thing that led to me falling back. But I want to shout out all my family. I want to shout out my ex-wife, Keita, my kids, Josh, Angel, and Paul. Shout out to my son, Paul. He graduating St. Aug next week, man. The last one to lead the nest, you know what I'm saying? I want to shout out all my people that's close to me, that rock with me right now up close. Y'all know who y'all is. Shout out Real Talk Entertainment. Shout out all of you out there watching, all of you that supported me, man. All y'all get the biggest shout out. Under God. Y'all under God do. You heard me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, I just want to
Shout out to my cousins too, man. Love y'all. My bad, bro.
You good? You good? I just want to start off by saying you a pioneer in this podcast shit, especially in New Orleans. So let's get started. You heard me? Won't you formally introduce yourself to the viewers? You heard me?
My name is Hove. I'm Peter Paul, man. A lot of you know me. A lot of people know me from school at Reed and just being around the city. A lot more people across the world literally know me from radio. I got started in radio in 2014 with the Peter Paul Show. I was self-made, self-taught. It was a calling for me. I'm actually a civil engineer, and I left the job scene of civil engineering to chase radio. And the crazy part about it, a lot of people don't know I did radio for free for them 6.5 years. I never took a dollar from an artist, no guests, no nothing, man, because of that calling. I wanted to change the game of radio and get real people like us involved, you know what I'm saying? Because we the people, we are the listeners who listen to radio, and we go through stuff ourselves, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Everybody done been through something, or somebody has a gift or a business or a talent or whatever it may be, but they don't have no platforms to bring it. You know what I'm saying? And no pun intended, but the celebrities get all the time, you know what I'm saying? And the people that support the celebrities, we just sitting around doing nothing. So the idea came to me when I was called radio to create a platform for us, the people. And I didn't have no idea of what it was going to be. I didn't have an idea of how I was going to tune in. For all my day one fans, they'll remember my very first day on radio. I told everybody to tune in. And when I got there, dog, Peanut, bro.
I know.
When
I already know.
I had the mics on, I had my intro music playing, everything. And the dude that told me that I got the radio show, he was like, get your music together, figure out your content, what time, all this other kind of stuff. Only thing I did, Peanut, was get
Whoa.
music and show it up.
Yeah. So
Boy, once I got in there and I started working the controls, I put my intro music in, put the headphones on, turned the lights off, put the mics to my face and turned on the microphone. And I was about to introduce my show. I was like, yeah,
hey, but
nothing came out my mouth.
OG,
Nothing
that
came out my mouth, dog. And you could
that
ask, and you was there. The damn I turned the radio, I turned the sound off, I turned the mics off, I took the headphones off my head. I forgot to turn on the automation, which is the music that play overnight. I
yep.
forgot to turn that on. So I got an earful from the program director the next morning. But I froze up my very first show and I left. I didn't come back for a week.
Mm. All right. So how exactly did you get started in radio, and what exactly drew your attention to radio?
Well, I was in school at Delgado getting for my civil engineering degree, and I was in a class, and a guy walked in the classroom giving away tickets to the movies, and he said we was talking about the radio station giving away tickets or whatever. I'm sitting up there drawing the interstate, trying to get this damn test done, and
Yeah.
I'm like trying to shun him out my head, but for whatever reason, when he left out the room, radio kept going in my head. You know what I'm saying? Radio,
Right.
and it was just driving me like a gnat or a fly that just keep fucking with you. And you just swiping that and you can't catch it, but then you go to find that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my French, but
Yeah. Oh,
something
you can
made me
say
go
what
out in
you
the
want down here,
classroom.
OG. You can say
Oh,
what you want. Yeah,
got you.
we thugging over here.
But I like it. I like it. So I laid up there and went out in the hallway. I called the dude. Long story short, he told me they didn't have a radio. I mean, they didn't have a slot. Go fill out an application and he'll get back with me. And so I asked him, well, dude, and I still to this day, only thing I can say is because it was a calling and it's a purpose that made me say this.
What?
I went as far as saying, well, look, if you don't have a radio slot for me, how can I at least be y'all gopher? I'll come in and sweep. I'll go get y'all
100.
food. I'll go do
Yeah.
this. And I didn't know why I was saying that. I'm like, what the hell am I saying? I'm gonna do this for what? I don't run for no ninja and go get no food or come sweep up behind nobody. But
Right. Fact.
something,
Fact.
so like that's what opened up the door. And then you, the people, is what led me to do what I do. But I started falling off. I ain't gonna say started falling off. The fall off became for me reason why like I lost so many people on radio. Well, I didn't lose a lot. They still tuned in. It's just they knew what it was gonna be every time. When people say stuff, they want to be noticed for what they say, and that's something that I sucked at. You know what I'm saying? So when people
100.
commenting on my live and this, that, and the other, you know, anybody that go live, you can't comment to everybody, but show
Right.
some type of activity, with the people, and that's something that I didn't
Engagement.
do. And
Engagement.
yeah, engagement. Thank you, brother.
It's all
And
good, OG.
I always say every show, dog, I did this for years. Every show I say I'm gonna do more engagement, more engagement. But by me just jumping in head first and not being organized and feeling like I gotta do everything except for DJ. Shout out to all my DJs, DJ Seven, DJ Daily Grind, DJ damn, what's that boy name, man? Well, not him. DJ DNA. Shout out to
You still OG. You ain't changed
not,
one motherfucking bit, dog.
shout out to all my DJs and I'm just it just dawned on me that I should shout out my DJs. So if I forgot your name, don't even trip. I'm in film now. So I'll go back and get the old video and chop it up and put you on the map another way. I can't get it right now. But all my DJs that was a part of the radio show, bro. Shout out to DJ Blazer, bro. And he was on my show DJing too. Rest in peace, brother. Real talk. But
Yes,
um,
sir.
but
So
I forgot.
initially, oh my bad. Go ahead,
No,
OG.
I forgot what you had said. So go ahead.
So initially, radio wasn't the plan.
No, initially Yeah, initially radio wasn't the plan. Civil engineering was the plan because I was making $45 an hour. You know what I'm saying?
45. So hold up, OG. You can't just tiptoe over that $45 an hour comment, right? What? I know, I know it was a calling. You heard me? But besides the calling, what made you leave a stable career, right, for a dream?
That's probably the me and my wife separated. That's probably what the hell she said too. Other than what the fuck, nigga, what?
You ain't
Dog,
you ain't changed one bit.
say,
You ain't
bro.
changed one bit.
All I can say it was the people, bro, because I've seen so much in my life to where when the idea of radio came about, and I had that 1 week of thinking after my message about. All that I could say to it was the energy of the people. You know what I'm saying? And needing the people needing somebody to create that platform. Now, maybe I wasn't perfect in creating my platform, but my heart was. You know what I'm saying? My
I'm a,
heart,
I'm a, I'm a,
duh, I wanted
I'm
the
a
people on the FM dial. That was my goal.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, OG. I formatted my
Mhm.
platform behind you, with you, like the real guests, right? The New Orleans music, the
Yeah.
New Orleans style. You used to be amping that thing. You heard me. I kind of modeled my whole style off of watching you. When you speak of day ones, I am one of the day ones. You was the one that got me started into watching podcasts before Vlad, before who them do Drink Champs. Shout out to
Drink
Drink
champs
Champs.
and all
Yeah, shout
that.
out to Drink Champs. And it's another one. Red Report. It was you.
Say,
It
bro,
was you. It was
I
you on
ain't,
the radio.
dog. I'm not go. I'm gonna say this.
Don't come on here being humble, OG. Don't come on here being humble.
I can't help it. That's how that's how I cannot help it. And that's I don't know if that's good or bad, dog. What you just said. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I think it's just me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
always humble. I'm always allowing other people to go ahead. I'm good with being in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like Slim, Cash Money Slim. He always, never see that much. He always be chilling, like even though I'm on the screen and whatnot, but when it comes down to dealing with situations and whatnot, and there's people around me, I don't mind being in the back or letting a couple of people cut in front because I'm sitting up there peeping out the whole scene. I'm taking information in, you know what I'm saying? And I'm feeling the energy of people. This person needed worse than me, that person needed worse than me. I don't mind, go ahead. Like I'm just humble like that. I can't help that. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? But what your question was, bro? I'm smoking and drinking.
Nah, you good. You asking. We running it. We vibing. So
Yeah.
what part of the city you from, OG?
The MICHOUD, baby, miss you.
Yes,
New
ma'am.
Orleans East Beast.
Yeah, yes,
The
sir.
old New Orleans East though. Not that
Yeah.
new shit. The old,
All right.
the
Let's
old New
get into that.
Orleans East.
Let's get into that. I know what you're talking about, but when you say the old New Orleans East, not that new shit, what you talking about, OG?
Man, New Orleans East back in the 90s and 2000, the 99, 2000.
Yeah.
uh Wasn't like what it is right now, bro. Back when I grew up, I went to Reed, you dig? Shout out to all the Olympians out there. Red, blue, and gold all day.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, bro, and just like I'm pretty sure like you probably 10, 12 years younger than me, but you
Yeah, I'm
had an
30.
era to where you
I
you
went to
you played
Fannie
in
and
the
Reed.
streets.
Yeah,
Huh?
I stayed in East Show. I went to Fannie and Reed.
You went to Fannie and Reed?
I stayed in East Show.
Huh, bro? So you
East
know what
Show.
it is. You know what it was.
I
You
know
know what I'm
exactly what it
saying?
is. I know
Dog.
exactly what it is.
But that New Orleans East right now, I call it gunpoint.
Yeah.
Gunpoint. From
Murderville.
matter of fact, from Gentilly on back is gunpoint, dog. My car got stolen November 8th at 5:32 in the evening, right in front of my face. Look,
No. No.
I had a like when I said it, the date, and I said the time to underline or to slide in a
God
stamp
did
that y'all need to see that it mentally fuck with me bad. I've never had nothing on that level stolen from me in my life. But I took it in stride as much as I could because it was a number of cars I stole back when I was younger. So I had to take my
What
lick.
go,
I had
what
to
go
humble
around
myself.
comes around.
I had to humble myself. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks,
But dog, they
thanks.
stole all kind of equipment. I had equipment in the trunk, bro, and
Mm-hmm.
and and I know they know who it was for because I had a jacket in the back where my equipment at that got Petey Paul, What It Do Network, all on the jacket.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Thanks, thanks.
Boy, my
So
my black Ultima. Matter of fact, if you little knuckles watching right now, if you
get
got
them
my
niggas,
jacket
OG.
and
Get
my
them
lights and my
niggas.
laptops, I sure would appreciate it if we can link up some kind of way to give my shit back. God damn it! I ain't seen the car, no none of that since the car paid for. Keep it, chop it up, do what you want to do, but give me my laptops and my other equipment because that's another
That's it.
reason I
That's
haven't
it.
been doing my thing too. You know what I'm saying?
Sentimental value.
Damn
Sentimental
right. But the
value.
MICHOUD for me, dog, and I live a good bit of time in my life in the 7th Ward. Then I went to the military. I went to the Navy in 2000. I had to get up out in them streets, bro. I was headed in the wrong direction, boy. Petey Paul ain't been no honest Abe all his life. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
indeed. Well, won't you
Uh,
bring us through give us some insights on your upbringing, your background, you understand me, some of the things you went through, some of the things you overcame, and let the viewers know how it is coming up in New Orleans, you hear me?
well, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go way back and say this first.
Mm-hmm.
In my family, my immediate family, my mama, my daddy, rest in peace to my pops, uh, my 6 brothers and sisters, including me, is 7. 2 out of the 7 are first generation New Orleans. My mom and dad is originally from Cleveland, Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
and early on in their young years, they were sharecroppers. They used to pick cotton. They used to do all of that. They was living. They were Emmett Till age when Emmett Till were in that realm. They were
Uh-huh.
close to it when
That's the
Emmett Till
same
was
generation. They was in the
yeah.
same generation. All right.
Yeah, so my older siblings was born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee, and I was born. Me and my baby sister Hope, we were born here in New Orleans, and that's to give y'all a background of where I am, and that's possibly why I'm so humble. I got that mixture of I got that Mississippi blood that was reared, literally born at Charity Hospital, from Charity Hospital
Share the
all the
zoo.
way to now. You know what I'm
Share the
saying?
zoo. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you
Yes, sir.
dig? And okay, this is the third time. What was the question? I'm trying to finish what I started. You told me where it
OG,
started from.
we got to match something sometime here. Cause whatever that is, I got to get some of that, you heard me? But damn, OG, you made me forget the
No,
fucking
I got it.
question.
I got it. I
Shit.
got it. I got it. I got it.
I,
So I grew up. I grew up in Village Les in the village, right off on Marcellus Street in Mishu, in the back of Mishu called Village de Les. I grew up on Marcellus Street. Then we moved to Mishu Boulevard, and I grew up with a whole bunch of, great, awesome dudes. Now, like, oh, bro, and we played hard. We fought. We played hard. It wasn't no gunplay until way late in our teenage years. We climbed trees. Dude, I fell out of a tree about maybe 40 feet in the air.
Nick,
And
man,
about 10,
I fell out of misbelief tree trying to steal.
yeah, trying to stay. Boy, hey, dog, Miss You was loaded with misbelief trees, boy.
Yes, bro. That little neighborhood behind Fanny was too. Ask about this.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
heard me?
yeah,
So,
dog.
so at
See,
one point,
that's good. That's good time. Like these
yeah.
kids these days don't experience nothing like us. Like we've dealt with the elements, dog. Like
Do your kids even know what misbelieves are?
no,
Mine don't either, bro.
no.
Look, OG, they call them the real name. Spanish, Chinese plums or some
Chinese,
dumb shit.
yeah.
I said, what the fuck is that? I said, no. I said, man, that's misbelief. That's a
I would love to meet the person that created that word misbelief. What the hell? I guess they misbelief it was that good or something
I'm
when
about
they.
to tell you, he bit into that motherfucker. You heard me? He couldn't believe it. You understand? So OG,
Yeah.
you mentioned back in the G, some of the differences, right? Won't you get into some more of the differences of the times now and the times when you was growing up in New Orleans? You heard me? What's some of the major differences? You heard me?
Well, the major difference is they don't have nothing for kids to do. We had shit to do, and we had imagination too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
The video game, even though when the video game era came for us, we embraced it, but we wasn't thinking 10, 20 years from now, 30, 40 years from now, that it's going to affect our kids and all that. We living in the now at that time. You know what I'm saying? So is the
That's when we
difference
couldn't
was
use the phone till after 9, huh?
dog, all of that, bro.
Yeah.
All of that, bro. Like we had rules that we had to live by. But something that matter of fact, I'm gonna throw this in there.
Throw it in there.
Something else that I realized though is that parents are changing, whether it's due to drugs, whether it's due to wanting to be best friends with the child, and so on and so forth. The era that we grew up on, you know what I'm saying, where our auntie, our parent, our next door neighbor, or anybody like that, correct our wrongs or
The
rattle.
village.
Snitching kept us straight. Snitching
The
amongst
village.
adults towards a child kept us, we still was mischievous, but it kept us from the worst of the worst. Cause we could have got worse. You know what
Let
I'm
me let
saying? Ain't
me let me
nobody
let
out
me
there
let me
rocking like that now.
let me ask something. Remember when they used to say the grandmas ain't the grandmas no more?
Yeah.
Now I done went down the generation and look what you just said. The mamas ain't the mamas no more. You see what I'm saying? Like it's
See,
getting
bro,
rid of what's down.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Tell me.
I ain't gonna say how I heard it, cause I gotta mask what I'm about to say best as I could, cause I don't want I don't
Mm-hmm.
want people to say I'm not necessarily speaking nobody. I'm speaking someone's business, but they openly said it in public. I'm just gonna repeat it, but I
Okay.
don't want this to be taken in a way to where like I'm doing anything to for the way people think these days.
Yeah, you don't have no
But this
malice.
just
You have no malice behind
no
what you're saying.
malice. This is just a segue into the conversation that we're talking about right now. I met a guy about 3 weeks ago, and he just I'm a people's person. So if I see something, if I see you, if you gotta look to where you gonna have an attitude and won't fight me, I ain't gonna fuck with you. But
Right.
if you got a look on your face,
Yeah,
you
that
know what I'm saying,
that
to
real
where you just
nigga
need a pick.
intuition.
Yeah. So if you got a look on your face, I'm gonna ask the question. If you got a look in your face to where I could tell, I can read your energy that you just need somebody to listen or you need to get some off your chest. I'm gonna inquire and I'm gonna say some shit. So I met this dude, this old man,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, "What's up, OG? Like, what's happening? Woo, 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 woo." Like, man, what's really good, bro? Cause I'm looking at you and you ain't looking like you right, bro. So it's something that's going on, bro. I know you don't know me or nothing, but this black man, I see you, dog. Like,
Like it's
what's
supposed to
up?
be.
So he was like, bro, man, I'm going through it right now. I just lost my son. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, what? Yeah, he was 15 years old. No, he was 17 years old, and he was murdered. And I'm like, damn, bro. And my heart went out to him. I started spilling out to him and telling him all kind of stuff to like make him, give him that
Yeah.
black man love, like, you know what I'm saying? And then he said, on the order of his son was already in the streets, he knew it, and him and his partners laid up that went to go go pull off a robbery,
Mm-hmm.
but the victims were already ready, or got ready faster than the robbers. And when the robbers drew down, bam, flip flop, the victims turned on them and laid them out.
That
Done.
sounds like a setup.
Exactly. That too. But I ain't getting into that.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
ain't got
yeah.
nothing to do with that.
Uh-huh.
But and my heart hurted for the brother. But then the way he was talking, he mentioned three other sons. One was in jail for armed robbery. One was in jail for something else serious. The other one was in jail for something violent. And the way he was talking was like he really,
He
even
knew it.
though they did it, they ain't do no wrong. That's the way he made it seem. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it bothered me really bad for a brief second, but then I stopped. Literally, my brain is something, dog. My
Mm-hmm.
brain can throw up a brick wall when I'm feeling some kind of way about something somebody say and say, hold up. And I looked into it more deeply, and I'm like, that father, him that I was talking to, that man, his parents didn't have a hold of him as a child. You know what I'm saying?
It
So he
starts at home.
fell to the wayside. And all he know all his life, once he did all his time and whatever he went through, grown manship finally hit, and he had to hustle because he kept going in and out of jail, and he got to make sure the parole don't fuck with him and this, that, and the other. So he got to get his life right or try and get a job. So he started trying to do the job thing, but he still got this street shit in him. But he didn't realize all this until later in life that he was wrong, and he still. It's just going back, dog. Parents these days, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say
Mm-hmm.
this is something I came up with too, right? I came up with this years ago. And I don't
Right.
care if nobody take my idea because it'll help the people and it'll help. It'll set some standards. But when these young kids go to jail, regardless of what they go to jail for, I feel like they should start something to where they hold up, and a lot of people been saying this too, hold the parents accountable.
That's what they about to
So
start doing.
if okay, good. But what I was saying years ago is that they need to hold these parents accountable, make them find these parents. If they don't have any parents, you got to find the next person in the ranks of the family to do this paperwork. The paperwork would be, all right, he went to jail for drugs or something like that, but he about to come home or some shit. The parents go sign off. Either y'all go keep him straight, y'all go do what y'all gotta do, y'all go know what his whereabouts, y'all go be on his back, where he gonna be in school, blah blah blah. Or if you know you can't handle it, you know he ain't gonna give a damn, you know he gonna jump out the window, you know he gonna duck off, he gonna do whatever he wanna do, sign off on this here too, and allow this program, if he go to jail, you have no responsibilities. If you don't sign that paperwork, anything that happens, you tied to it. You can lose your car, you can lose your house, you can get your wages gone. It's like child support. God damn it.
Right. But that's a good idea because some of the parents, they either they some of the parents need that type of help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
They single parents, they done lost control of their kids. They got to work 2, 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Everything going up. So it does start at home, but at the same time, everybody make their own decisions, though, OG. So,
Right.
in your opinion, can you sway these little young niggas' opinion? I'm gonna say, decisions to do wrong.
It's gonna take time. It's not something you can do overnight. But yeah, it could be swayed if you bring money making opportunities, develop some shit to where they could feel like they got a future. They don't have to do the shit that they do to make money. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
Like that's just the way it is in the world. You got people that got a silver spoon in their mouth. Family just grew through it. Just had money generation after generation. You got that level of people that go to college and they get it and they move up to that level. You know what I'm saying? You got people that's working a good job, went to the military, whatever it is, they stable. You got another level of people that's after the military that's working a good job and keeping it together. Then you got another level of people that's working 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep it together for their kids, especially the single mothers. Shout out to the single
Shout
mothers
out to
for
the
real.
single mothers. Shout out to the single
Yeah.
mothers.
So hold on, somebody calling my phone. Let me hang this up because
All
it's
right.
bothering me. Sorry about that. But
No, that's good.
and then they got people that's working one job, can't get a second job, and they hustling on the side, whether they cooking on the side, doing hair on the side, cutting hair on the side, whatever. Then you got people below them that's just getting it out the mud. I don't care. Remember, I'm in your face. Get it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or scamming or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's
Whatever
different
they got to
levels.
do to do
It's
it. Whatever they got to do
so
to do it.
so
So go ahead. Go ahead.
these youngsters that's in jail and whatnot. Some of them, I ain't gonna lie. I don't watch the news. I'm gonna get back to it, but I do check NOLA.com and stuff like that, and I read stories. And some of these youngsters, bro, they some of them the things they do and say, if it make you automatically feel like they not savable, like they done. You feel me? And they don't know what love is like. And the government ain't gonna create no love fucking therapy. You
We
feel
got to
me?
do it. The village. We got to do it. You know what I think? And this is just my opinion, right? See, when we was young, we had like grandma, right? She made us get up and go to church, right? So
Yeah.
even if we was from the streets or whatever, we still
I don't hear you no more. You can hear me?
uh
There you go.
you
There
can
you
hear
go.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you said we still something.
that's a tornado warning, you heard me? But anyway, yeah. So we had a conscience. We had fear. We feared God. You see what I'm saying? These
Uh,
dudes, they didn't got out of, I don't know if it's the woke shit. I don't know if the parents ain't in the church. I don't know if the grandparents ain't in the church, but it's a lot of people, black people, that walked away from the church. You know what I'm saying? So I think
uh,
that has a lot to do with it because they don't have that conscience and that fear of God, not no man, but you know that
well,
fear of God where you go after this year.
I'm gonna tell you like this. At a young age, from 17 on down, I had more fear in my parents than I had in God. God forgive me, but I'm just saying,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
real, boy, Raymond Adam Johnson Sr. and Mary Ann Johnson, well, Mary Ann West Johnson, and I do want to do some research. I want to find out if I'm related to Kanye West through my mama, because that's
You
her
heard
maiden
me?
name.
You heard me?
Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
but dude, the fear saved, bruh. Mama, and rest in peace, daddy. But if you ever see this interview, hopefully you don't, because I've cursed two, 3 times on here. Uh,
You fear, hold
they,
up.
u-
You feared the parents or you feared that belt?
I feared both. The parents and the belt was always one. They was always interconnected, partner, no matter what. In them days, dog,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
literally come from the era where you had to go outside and pick a
Hit the
switch.
switch.
And I was one of those kids that knew how bad the switch was because they used to have their own switches. But they used to whoop you so much that one break, they get to the point to where they send you out there. Go get me a switch.
My mama
Ooh,
called
I
me the
go out there
PG.
and I'm looking down. I gotta shoot. I'm in the film now. I gotta create this short movie, this short film of my life when I used to get whooped. That
Yeah,
moment when you're going out there looking for the switches, as soon as you walk up to the tree they tell you to go to, you see that good switch right there that can tear your ass up. And
but
you're
you
like,
going to the
oh
one
no,
right
not
next
that
to
one.
it. Yeah,
Like you go to the one, the younger one that's
yeah,
higher up.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fact,
oh,
fact.
this look like it'll hurt, but not so
Not
much.
that
You know
much.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Because it used to
And
be
you
the
go back in the house and
yeah.
give it to them, and they look at you like, and they get more mad.
You heard me?
What? Go
Yeah.
out there and get me a switch. Then you go get the one that you saw that you know is a good one and bring that one in, and they so mad they throw that one back. You gotta go get another one.
But you know what?
Ah!
You know what?
Woo!
The trick is to get the one with the most leaves on it. It could be
I didn't
big.
know that.
It could be big. Oh, I done mastered this ass whooping shit. I done mastered this ass whooping shit. It could be big or whatever, however long it looks. Get the one with the most leaves, y'all. Churn. If you got them old
Duh.
school parents, get the switch with the most leaves. It's a little cushion, just a little cushion. You understand? All
Bro,
right. So
say, bro,
go ahead.
I got whooped. I remember the last time I got whooped, dog. Rest in peace to my dad. I love you. I gotta come see you more.
Yes.
Definitely that. Uh, the last whooping I got right before I left Miss You and moved to the 7th Ward, where I lost my mind. Um, my dad, well, days before this particular day in question, I caught a whooping. I
Uh-huh.
forgot what it was for. For whatever reason, then whooping was so bad I don't remember. I
Right,
don't want to remember what the
right.
reason was for.
Your mind blacked out the trauma. You heard me?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like blah blah blah. Brick wall,
yeah,
waterfall, brick
right.
wall, go throwback. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting in trouble in school, which I always did, though. School and me, bro. I honestly think I was born with ADHD or ADD because my attention never was on school,
We
like
all
for
was.
whatever reason.
We
I
all
really
was.
had issues in school, and I made sure though that my kids didn't go through that because I suffered through school, dog. I
Right.
made sure my kids didn't go through that. But going back to my point, when things start going grown up for me and bad, the last whooping I got, I forget what it was for, but the whipping before my last whooping, my daddy whipped me with this belt. He had a leather belt that had the two prongs that go through the holes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it was
yeah,
about 2 inches
yeah. And
wide.
they got the hose on the top and the bottom.
Yeah, yes. My dad whooped my ass, dog, like 2, 3 days before. And when he hit one of the licks, hit me on my shoulder right here, and
Hmm.
it bubbled up like a brand, like somebody went on my arm. So I don't know what kind of shirt I had on, or if I didn't have a shirt on, or what.
Yeah,
My mama saw the
the
bubble
well.
on on the whelp on my shoulder, and she's like, "Oh, you in a gang now? You in a gang now?" I'm like, "Gang? What you talking about, mama?" And I looked down. I'm like, because I didn't even notice the whelp. Maybe I didn't. I'm gonna say maybe I didn't wash my ass good enough. I ain't washed my body good enough because I don't remember washing my body and going up here and going I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah,
I don't remember that.
yeah.
But I got out the tub, I dried myself off or whatever, and I think I either had on a wife beater or I ain't have no shirt on at all. My mama saw that and she thought I was in a gang. She called. Well, my daddy came home. Oh, here we go. You getting that thunder warning, that stiff severe storm warning?
That I just got it. That's what blacked me out. You hear me?
Uh, all right,
You got to
you can see me. We good?
just swipe it down. Yeah, you good?
All right. So my mama told my daddy about the whelp on my arm, and I showed it to him or whatever. And I'm like, "This from the last whooping, man. The
Right.
whooping you gave me 2, 3 days ago."
Yeah, the well.
Ah,
Yeah.
he's like, I would have saw that. I would have saw you in a gang now, bro. Like, Dad, you did this. This ain't no gang sign, man.
Shut your
And he
jaw,
pulled that
daddy.
belt out. Dog. He pulled that belt out and went to weapon, went to swing again. I was mad because I wasn't lying, dude. Like, ain't nobody from back then got no damn brands on them to this day.
And we ain't
You
had
know
no
what I'm saying?
we
Maybe
ain't
they
had
got it
no
later on
games.
in life, but you ain't get it back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Right.
You ain't get no brand on your arm.
Fact. Fact.
You know what I'm
That was
saying?
some college shit.
Yo, yeah. So when my daddy went up to start whooping me, it was like I turned into Superman. I was like, ugh. I grabbed that
You grab a
hand,
belt.
like, no, sir.
You
No,
grab a belt.
sir. Now I'm 17 years old now. I don't supposed to be getting no whoopings. He switched to the other hand. I'm like, oh, no, sir. We started wrestling and tussling, and I'm feeling bad the whole time. I'm like, oh, shit, because if I give in, it's going to be a whole lot worse. Don't give
Right.
in. Don't give in, sir.
Right.
Flipped him over, and I slammed him on the bed. And I ain't gonna over exaggerate, Dad. I ain't slam you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I just twisted you,
Right.
and you fell on
You
the
was
bed.
younger.
All right.
You was
So
younger.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just flipped him and twisted him on the bed, and I held his arms down, and I kept on yelling. I'm like, "This ain't no brand. This ain't no brand. I'm not in no gang." And la 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 la. Then my mama came in screaming and hollering, "Oh no! Don't do that!" La, la, la. So when that happened, at the end of that, the next day, while they were both gone, I packed my stuff and I moved to the 7th Ward. And from that point on,
Just went
life
lost your mind.
got bad. Called my mom and daddy. many and plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? Dude. I'm supposed to still be in prison to this day. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to a old ex good friend of mine who people had connections, and I was able to get out of prison. I was supposed to be doing 40 years, bro,
Mm.
and I ain't kill nobody, but and I ain't shoot nobody, but I was supposed to be doing 40 years. 40 years is still going on right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to a lot of people ain't gonna like this, but this is a personal shout out because a lot of people don't like this dude, and I understand why he don't like this dude.
Already know who you about to
I was in the
say.
courtroom when he gave a old friend of mine 550 years,
Mm.
and that hurt. I remember that day. But Leon Canizaro, he hooked a brother up. He even came to my wedding. He even came to my wedding.
Whoa, OG, no. We're not about to endorse. I mean, yeah, he helped you out. We're not about to endorse. We ain't about to do that. But
Boy,
OG,
this conversation got me sweating, boy.
look, I'm sweating in this motherfucker too. You just said this nigga's name. You just said this nigga's name. Look, I go to look it all behind me and shit. You hear me?
Say,
But look,
bro,
go ahead, baby.
dog. I don't, and I get why a lot of people don't like Leon Canizaro. I know dudes locked behind bars right now. If they could, they would chop that man head off and this, that, and other. I'm not getting into nobody else squabbles or none of that. They
Exactly.
ain't got nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
I'm about me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Thanks.
For whatever
Thanks.
reason, once I got locked up, dude, I was in the streets, but I ain't gonna never claim to be a street nigga.
Right.
Like I used to bring the heat. I ain't give a damn kicking in doors and I'm snatching your sister by the head, slapping her in the face while I'm looking at you, saying where my money and all that. No, like I never. I know. I was around people that rock like that, but I could
Look, I
never
was
do
just
that.
thinking in my head that was some gangsta ass shit.
You know what I'm saying?
That was some
I was
gangsta ass
more.
shit.
I was more so of a support. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like it. It's nothing. See, the streets is for certain people. There's certain people that are branded to be street and just stay street all their life. And I finally got that in life. But there's people out there that can go a certain way, a certain distance in the streets, but then they come to a crossroad to where when you have that option of a crossroad, streets or life, you know what I'm saying? Streets are good, and you actually stop and think about it, you're not really street 100% through and through. You know what I'm saying?
The streets not
And
the streets not for nobody though, OG.
hey, dog, when I caught that time, bro, because I had been to jail many and plenty of times before I caught the time. And man, and then the day I went to court, my mom was like, "You want me to come with you? You need an adult there with you." Blah blah blah. I didn't know how court went or none of that. I ain't know the ins and outs and the laws and the shit. I ain't know nothing. So I'm like, nah, mama, just stay here. I caught that broad all the way up the one bus,
One
which is
bus,
not the same no more.
no.
Not the same no more. I caught one
That's
bus
y'all
from
right
Mizzou
across the street from
up
that bitch.
right across the street. I went up in that courthouse, dog. And that public defender pulled out paperwork and said, "This is what you're facing if you plead not guilty. You go to trial and you lose, and this is what you're facing if you plead guilty right now." What I was facing if I went to trial was 40 years. What I was facing if I signed these paperwork right here saying I'm pleading guilty to a lesser charge was 5. So with my mama not there and no other advice coming, I ain't had no 50-50, no 25%, no make a call, no none of that. It was right there, Johnny on the spot. I'm like, shit, give me that paper, give me that pen. Initial, sign.
You ain't
Done.
read it? You ain't read it?
No, I ain't reading none of that shit, cuz I ain't pay attention in school. I didn't have that intellectual, I didn't have none of that. I ain't have none of that, dog. Nothing. I couldn't think for myself. It was just I'm a real simple person still to this day. I'm that simple, dog. If it gets complicated, somebody else handle it, or I'm not dealing with it. Shut it down. I'm a simple person. I like the simple life, and I love my peace. You
Fact,
know what I'm saying?
fact. So what did you ultimately end up signing to?
Well, as far as that court case,
Yeah.
I ended up pleading guilty to
No, 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 no,
unauthorized.
no, 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 not your charge. What did you like? Why should you have brought your mama? What did you sign? What did you sign for? You know, like when you sign for your time.
I signed to plead guilty for a lesser charge. I don't
Okay.
know what none. I still to this day I don't know what none of that's called. But
Yeah.
I printed up the court documents to show my kids and to let them see where I am right now. I mean, at that moment, like once my kids were old enough and I wanted to show them, and neither one of all three of my kids, though, they don't know nothing about the streets. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I used my misfortunes and my bad choices. I used that to I told them stories just like from my street attitude. I told it to them, but I let them see both sides too. This side, I'm telling you from the street attitude side, but this your dad right here telling you somebody knocking at my door. Oh shit! Hold up,
We good. We good.
1 second. I hate to do this to your damn interview.
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead. We straight. But
Oh,
yeah, go answer the do. You heard me. I hope everybody's having a very to know the evening so far. You understand? I hope y'all enjoyed the interview. You heard me. It's Petey Paul. You heard me. Living legend with this podcast shit. You heard me. He was one of the first podcasters that you know what I'm saying? He had a radio show, but it was formed like you would form a. See, he had his shit
it
before
was on the interview.
everybody started up. I was just telling them how
Hmm.
you had your shit. It was like that would be like a radio. What's equivalent now to like a radio podcast?
You can see me.
Yeah. We good. We
Cool.
good. All right. So look, before you did you have any like radio hosts like did you like I asked the artist right? Did you have who you listened to before you started rapping right? So who did you listen to radio wise before you started doing your thing? You hear
Do you want to answer that question? Oh
me?
no, take a guess. Take. Are you familiar? First off, are you familiar with radio personalities? Not me. Like in the last 5 years here in New Orleans,
5 years.
102.9 specifically.
A.D. Berry,
Nope, it's a female.
Uptown Angela.
Nope,
Cause you know
102.9, not Q93.
no, cause you know
Huh?
some of them switch. Some of them switch.
All right,
That
all right.
still be fucking me
Look,
up.
I'm gonna tell you right now. The person that I looked up to the most in all the radio, outside of
CJ Morgan.
where I get my
CJ
name from, but
Morgan.
that's a whole nother story where I get my name from.
CJ
But
Morgan.
huh?
CJ Morgan.
It's a female, man. Cool as a fan, out the Seven War.
Uh 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 Downtown Leslie Brown.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That I remember I was in school one day and you go. Uh, thank you. All right. Um, I was in school one day
Mm-hmm.
and I happened to turn on for whatever reason I turned on. No, I had been watching her for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and the show was so good. From listening on the radio, I downloaded the app and I put it on my phone and I brought it into the classroom with me. And while I was doing in class, I'm sitting up there listening to the radio station 102.9 with Leslie Brown, and I had the phone on my lap. And she said something that was so funny, or said something that made me say something on the order of, "I got you on my lap right now," and I
Yeah.
posted it. So she made a big to do about it. Like she like, get me from down there. I don't know what you thinking, some shit like that.
Yeah.
But downtown Leslie Brown, dog, I only met her maybe 2, 3 times, and the third time I talked to her, I went to spilling my guts to her, and I ain't get to finish the story. But something about that woman is just like it's like a mama, it's like an auntie, it's like that sister that will stand up for you. Like she just that solid black woman, dog. Like, but she cool like a dude. She
Yes.
fine, pretty like a woman,
Yes.
but she got the coolness of one of the coolest cats that you ever met in your life. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Facts. Facts.
So
Shout
how
out
she
downtown
was,
Leslie Brown too. You hear me?
yeah, how she was me and when I was watching her, radio wasn't even on my mind either. I was in the middle of school, like I wasn't towards the end of me finished for my civil engineering degree,
Hmm.
and it was just dope. I enjoyed the show. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And then radio in my life came a year later, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And but she impressed the shit out of me because she kept it real. She kept it gutter. Shout out the monster with the face. She kept it real. Kept it gutter. You
Shout out
dig?
Monster. Shout out
For
Monster,
real.
man.
And
Yeah.
then the cherry on top was the late great Petey Green. A
Mm.
lot of y'all may not know about him. A lot of y'all may have seen the movie. It's called Talk to Me,
Mm.
featuring starring Don Cheadle and Taraji P Henson, and it's about a ex-con radio. He did radio in prison, and he came home
Yep.
after time and started doing radio as well. His name
Mm-hmm.
Petey Green, and he's
Mm-hmm.
from Washington D.C. And he was an activist. He was a strong black man. He cared about his people. You know what I'm saying? He showed love. Like he really went out into the people or did stuff for the people, like out of his heart. Like 'cause this is just what he represented. Now I'm no activist or anything like that, but I figured out a way because if I'm gonna use his name, I wanted to represent him. You know what I'm saying? The best
Mm-hmm.
way possible
Go ahead.
because he got his accolades to a certain point, but people that just make history or there's legends and for us, the people, they should always be talked about and praised and remembered. So when I got in the radio, my initial radio name was Dookie Sticks, dog. Like my that's the worst radio. I don't even much want to talk about it right now. I don't want to mention it. Only I could count on 3 fingers how many people would know my first radio name, and I don't want to bring that
You
up
know
right
it
now.
now.
But no, I didn't
You
say
know it
it.
now.
It wasn't Dookie Sticks. It wasn't Dookie Sticks. When I said it was Dookie Sticks, I'm saying it was just shit water. It was
Oh, all right,
terrible.
all right, all right, all
You
right,
know what I'm
all
saying?
right. I thought it was Doogie Stick. You hear me? You hear me? So, OG, who was your first guest on your show?
Oh, that was your girl, man. Ooh, I remember her name of her song more than I remember her name, but her name just popped up in my head. But I'm still gonna go with the song first because it means a lot to all men. But the name of the song was Good Wood, you know what I'm saying? And the song was created by Ashe Armand.
Okay.
Dog, that was my very first interview ever. My ever first guest to come on the show. Dog, she came in there, her and her friend. Good Lord, both of them. Big
Yeah.
fine. I couldn't touch them because I was married.
Yeah,
But
I love my wife.
you know what I'm saying. But you have some thoughts and you think some stuff and you look and you just gotta move on. You know what I'm saying. Enjoy the moment, but don't
Yeah.
cross that line.
Thanks. Thanks.
But they came in there looking so good, dog, and I was like, damn, like wow. I was fascinated, like for real.
Yeah.
But I held my own because of my purpose, and I ain't want to get my ass whooped by my wife either.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I know you
uh,
was thinking, I love this job.
I loved it. I
I
loved it. I
love it.
loved it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I say all mine, dog. She was the first interview, and I didn't notice during that interview that I was actually showing my beginner's talent Because at that time, even though the interview did go well and she enjoyed it and she got what she wanted out of it, in that process of me interviewing, I never practiced interviewing anybody. I didn't have no questions written on a piece of paper or none of that. She came in, I told her, let's go. And I got on the microphones confidently and I went through. Dude, you could probably ask, matter of fact, you could ask anybody that's ever been on the Petey Paul radio show on the FM dial. Did I ever have papers in front of me asking questions? Only time I did was when they had specific questions they want me to ask. And that's when I found out that was one piece of the puzzle that let me find out that I was meant to do this. It was multiple pieces to the puzzle, but the ultimate piece to the puzzle to let me know this is what I'm supposed to be doing is when I got nominated for Best FM Radio Show Worldwide.
Good job,
That
black man.
dude,
Good job,
thank
black
you.
man.
Dude, it took 15,000 votes for me to even get in on the nomination. But when I found, and it's weird, I found out I went to go on his website to place a vote for somebody that I knew.
Yeah.
And while I'm in the website, I'm looking at these different titles and stuff, and I see a radio category. So after I place my vote for this dude on his music and all of that, I'm like, let me just click on this tab and see what they got going on with this radio stuff because I'm trying to get all information that can help round me out. You know, anything that can, any piece of information that can help you be, do, go wherever you need to, you know, and get accomplished. Take it in and just put it in your back pocket. Hold on to it because it's gonna come back. I went on the thing. I voted for this guy, and then I saw the radio category, and I clicked radio category, and I'm just getting familiar with all the. I'm like, I remember, I see Hot 97, I see this, I see that. Yeah, that's popular. And I'm steady going down the list, and the last name on the list, the
Look
Petey
at God.
Paul Show.
Look at God.
Dog, that fucked me up. I'm like, this is an award show that's been around for going on 2 decades. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, what? Dude, I was so frozen by it. I ain't called nobody and tell nobody nothing. I just stayed there to myself for like a day or two. Like, and I kept going back to the website, checking it, refreshing it to see if my name going, am I tripping? Is the name going to still be there? Refresh it, it's still there. So I do my research and I go call the people behind the award show and this, that, and the other. It's like, yeah, we heard about you. Da-da-da-da-da, whoop-de-whoop. And it took this many votes for you to get on. I'm like, that many votes? People? The people really physically saying my show that many times? Like, what?
Without you even telling them.
Without them me even telling them, dog. Because I was willy-nilly with the radio, dog. I just showed up and I just did what I felt when I first got on radio, but it always had something to do with the people. I still to this day I suffer with structure issues because I'm just a one-man show, dog. And I'm praying because my goal is off subject. My goal for this company right here, What It Do Network, dog. That's my company. That's my network. I want to build a network. I want to bring people in that want to be on camera, that want to work the camera, be on camera, learn how to work audio, learn how to work video. Because, dude, that industry pays a lot of money. Right now, I can't afford to pay nobody. That's why I don't. That's the main reason I don't do my show no more at the moment. I do some in between, like, you know, but I had cameraman issues. I spent all my money on videoing and editing, and I had to stop it.
You heard of A1 Lagoon?
No.
That's my little brother. He do great. When we get off, you know, he all on YouTube with his whole ass. But that's my little brother. You heard me? He a great cameraman with his whole ass. You could go check him out. You heard me? A1, like spelt it out. Lagoon, Lagoon. He a fire cameraman, and that's my little brother. So you know, he's fire.
I'm looking to build a team You know what I'm saying? I got some fire ass ideas. So fire to the point when I got rid of my cameraman, and I ain't gonna say get rid of him like I shot him out the door, like forget y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to shut it down budget wise. So I got to the point, and if people wondering what's going on with me and why I left or what have you, that's because I couldn't afford to continue to pay for those camera guys and them to edit it, and I didn't know the business side. So I'm looking for a business manager too, somebody that can help me structure this shit, and I can just do what I do,
You
and they do the management. You
I
can't get access to my
I
bank account though.
interviewed a couple of them. I interviewed what's this nigga name? Fuck. I interviewed a couple of them, so I could probably plug you in because I had financial literacy week one week, and my
Well,
so I could probably plug you in with a few of them because I ended.
I need
Damn, that's fucked
plug
up.
me
And
in with somebody that has an open mind because I can't pay nobody straight out the gate right now. I'm not in that position. I'm trying to build a team. I need
yeah,
somebody that can manage what
yeah.
goes on, book shit. I need somebody that can send out memos, that can send emails, that can keep me. Well, my daughter will keep me relevant on social media because I suck at social media. But I want to build a team because the ideas and the thoughts that I have in my head, dog, is off the chain. But I just can't do them by myself. And I want to do them. I want to create a team from the mud, get it out the mud together, all the way up to the top to where we blow because whether we stay together or not, these people that's learning and getting better at what they do, they gonna have the option of staying here with me, or they can shoot out and go do contracts in Hollywood, or go do short
That's a
films,
real
or go
hope.
do audio. You learning the skill. You learning the skill with me here, and if you decide to leave, that's totally fine. Only thing I ask is help me find somebody else off the street so that need a gig or need a change of career. Let's bring them in and
Oh,
you
G.
teach them what you learned while you was here. And that person can do the same thing you do. You blooming, you going. And this person coming up and looking at where you at, they want to get there too. So they gonna learn the same shit you learn and they gonna go. And they gonna help me train somebody. I want this to be a process of people coming into the What It Do Network, become great, just like NFL coaches. Prime example, how Bill Belichick got all these different coaches that played under him, and now they head coaches. They
Mm,
branched off and they doing their own thing. You know what I'm
mm,
saying?
yeah,
That's
fucking
what I
right.
want to do with the What It Do Network. I want to bring people in here that want to learn how to work the cameras that I bought, that learn how to work the audio equipment I bought, learn how to work the lights, know how to set up a set, know how to write a script, shit like that. Come in here, learn it, then go. But bring somebody
Hey,
else in
I
here
got
because
a
I want
script
to.
for a movie already, OG. I wrote a script for a
Yeah,
movie already. It's called Forbidden
you
Fruit.
do.
It's called Forbidden Fruit.
I like that name.
I know. It's about my little brother with his whole ass. He messing with the plug daughter. You understand? I ain't gonna give too much. I ain't gonna give too much. But yeah. So I got a game show, I got a news show, and I got a sports show. And that's what I'm doing with my co-host. I'm doing the same thing you doing.
Keep
So
creating, dog.
while me saying that, right? You said that you never wrote down questions, right?
Never.
That's how I started off, and I got that from you. I used to
Wow.
freestyle it. Yeah, I used to freestyle it. And
You got a gift, brother.
nah, I used
You
to. I
got a
used
gift.
to. I got your questions right here. I used to. You hear me? So now I write them down now.
I
So
respect that, dude.
I'm gonna just give you your flowers. You hear me? Uh,
Yeah.
without from how I started, and with my how I did it, the way I did it, and with the people who I chose to interview, all that came,
Yeah.
all that came from you.
It's an honor to hear that, brother, and that touches me for real, because it gives me a sense of accomplishment. Because through what I just want to help people. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day, I have not gotten my just due financially, which is my own fault because I just either didn't want to bother nobody or I'm happy with doing this as a hobby and
That
somebody
humble
got on my ass.
bullshit. That's that humble bullshit.
Yeah, that now if I get rid of the humbleness for financial reasons, yeah, but my humbleness as a person, I want to keep that. But if I could change it up from that humbleness to whatever it needs to be, or seek out a
Get you a
manager that
lawyer.
can
Get you
oversee,
a hungry
that can
lawyer.
bypass my humbleness and go get it for me. You know what I'm
Get
saying?
you a
Because
hungry lawyer. Get you a hungry
dog,
lawyer. But I just gotta give you your flowers, you heard me? Like I said, from the people who I chose, reached out to my how I asked my questions, to how I had my setup, that all came from you. Not I ain't still you. I ain't, what I'm saying, I ain't jacked your style. But
oh
I
nah,
give
nah,
you
I,
that.
I don't even think like that.
You the first like podcast that I used to watch. It was like what you had would be the equivalent of a radio podcast, and I'm talking about
Right?
this was before Vlad, all them other ones you heard me. I was watching.
Yeah,
You had a couple of my people. Yeah, good. You had a couple of my people on there too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
bro, I converted that. And matter of fact, let me do this before I forget. I
Go
gotta
ahead.
send another special shout out. Shout out to the New Orleans Jazz Museum. Though. Shout out to Katie Katz because she the one that made everything that I do at the Jazz Museum even happen. She connected the dots, and Greg Lambusi, the president of the Jazz Museum, put the stamp on it, and they gave me a whole new outlook of life on podcast level, camera level, because I'm on the cameras now. That's why y'all don't see me doing my show as much. I've been bought a bunch of expensive equipment. I got some awesome cameras, and I go out and I video. I'm in school for video edit for digital media. So I'm learning how to shoot video. I'm learning how to do animations, how to do After Effects, the stuff that twist and fade and all kind of stuff. So, and I did that in retrospect of me losing and having to get rid of my cameraman due to financial issues. So I was like, it's the passion is in me to do what I do, but I don't have the money to do it. I went to the military after that conviction with Canizaro. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I didn't finish that statement. I was shouting out Leon Canizaro because after writing him, once I got in OPP and HOD and all of them other D's and C's and all of that shit, it was like, nah, dog. I had my fights in here and there. I lost a few, I won a few, but it was respect at the end. But I'm like, nah, dog, this is not how I want to live my life. Nah.
No,
So nigga,
you
I
can shout
started
him out,
writing.
OG. You shout him out. I ain't about to.
I started writing kind of Zyro, dog. I want to, because I thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
All my brothers and my dad was in the military. I'm the only oddball that never went to the military. And I was at that point where it's either you're going to stay out here and wild out and something bad happened to you, you already in a situation where it could turn out bad, or you can change your life around. So I drifted away. I left the streets. Well, before I left the streets, I was writing kind of Zyro, writing them, and I was able to get in contact with a Navy recruiter. And the Navy recruiter came to court because I put in paperwork to get another court date or whatever. The Navy
Mm-hmm.
recruiter showed up and told Canizaro that he's willing to take me and put me through the process and get me into the Navy. You know what I'm saying? And
Big get right.
Canizaro, long story short, he granted it. I got out of jail. I had to go get my driver's license and get my license, my record straight. I had to get a bunch of stuff done, but I was free, and I went to the Navy. I went to boot camp May 22nd of 2000, and I never looked back to the streets. Like, well, you always go come back to the streets, but not the way on the level I was, you know, and
Shout
that
out
changed my
Mama,
life,
man.
dog.
Shout,
So
shout,
shout out
shout,
to Leon Canizaro.
shout out
Shout out
Mama.
to the NOLA Jazz Museum because I'm there every Tuesday. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be there today because of the weather, but every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there. I'm recording. I used to do a regular podcast there. I could pretty much do whatever I want as long as I keep it within the realms of how the Jazz Museum operates. So another thing, next year I'm making 10 years in a game, bro. 10 years in a game,
Good job, black
and
man.
I'm going to try and bring my festival back. I did. I created my own festival in 2018, the
Tell
Petey
about it.
Paul Festival,
Tell him about it.
and it was a great experience, but it was a hard experience too. I gotta give once again. I'm gonna revisit pushing out apologies to all the artists that didn't get to perform because I booked Cafe Istanbul, dog, and I thought I could get the world to come through and perform. I didn't think about the time. I thought about I put effort into the time on stage and this, that, and other, but I had like 40 artists that
Two
I booked.
songs. That's how I do it. That's how I do when
Oh,
I be having artists on my little live performances that I do on here. Two songs.
yeah,
Two songs,
right,
y'all. Two songs. Um,
right.
do you have a favorite? No. Do you know the exact date that your first episode aired?
Yeah, July 8th, 2014, on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, with my own business with the What It Do Network. I think I don't know the exact date, but it was June of 2020. No, 2019. 2019, June of 2019, when my first episode underneath my company, What It Do Network, and that was the Petey Paul and Fireball show. Shout out to Fireball. I'm sorry for not being a true friend that I'm supposed to be. Shout out to all my friends. I'm never on the scene. I never call nobody. I never go by nobody's house. I never
You
do none of
sound like
that.
me. You sound like me.
But I went
Shout
through
out my
something.
friends too.
I went through something in 2019, bro, that tore me to shreds. Like for real, from my side and from those involved side. Like still to this day, mental health, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all something is really real.
Mhm.
And what I learned, I've heard this phrase a lot in my life, but I never honed in on what this phrase means. You know what I'm saying? But you never know what somebody's going through is the phrase that that causes things to happen for certain people a certain way. And what happened in my life in 2019, just to give y'all a quick snippet, me and my wife separated. I lost a best friend to prison. I lost a best friend to murder. I lost my father, all within a 2 month period. And still to this day, I haven't had a release of mourning. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just some things that took place to where it just locked me into a box of darkness. I had never experienced anything like what I experienced, and I hope nobody else go through it. But it broke me down, and it shut me down, and I felt like I shouldn't even be doing this anymore. You know what I'm saying? But when you got something that's meant for you that God put in your life, it ain't gonna never go nowhere. That fire gonna stay there. You know what I'm saying? And what God got for you, can't no other man take it from you. But for the last 4 years, y'all, people have witnessed a fall off. It's because I went through some shit. And even though I'm still strong now, it affects me. And it affects the people that I love the most
Mm.
because I'm not the same person I was back then. My mama live in the city and I rarely go to see her. I got brothers, all my brothers and sisters are in the state of Louisiana and I don't see them. I got best friends that mean the world to me and I don't go by their house. I'm good with a phone call or a text message. I stay to myself and I'm working on getting past that. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on it. Y'all pray for me, send me some positive, thoughts in y'all head. But yeah, Petey Paul got shook for real. But Petey Paul know that he coming back too
Fact.
because the people need real folks like you, real folks like me. They need platforms to be able to speak their mind and just feel normal, like they're being heard. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. We
So
gonna
I'm gonna tell y'all,
we gonna hold a
huh?
moment of silence for those people who you just mentioned.
Oh. Hell yeah.
What you about to say, OG?
I forgot.
All right, we go. You know,
We
I
gotta
got
keep
it.
it
You know,
real, keep it gutter. You
you know,
know
I
what I'm
can
saying?
get us back in tune. Do you know how many exact episodes did you do?
No, I don't. But I know from 2000 to now, I do know I'm up to at least. Well, it's a broad range. I'm between 500 to 1,000.
Is it a reason you didn't keep score, or you didn't just think to keep score?
I never thought about it. I never thought about it. Dog. I
I'm
just
keeping
wanted to
score.
just.
I'm keeping score. You see what I'm saying? So
I
I
didn't.
think
It didn't. Wait, what you were saying? You keep it school, so you what?
I think I'm gonna throw my count out.
What it is? What you think?
What? With my count? No, I know exactly what my count is, but I
Oh,
think I
your
might
count.
yeah, I think I might just throw it out and just go wild out. You know what I'm saying? I think I know
Right,
how many you had too though.
bruh. Keep tabs on yours, cause the way my library is set up,
Hmm.
it's scattered from 2014 to now. What 2014 to 20? Whenever Facebook really came in, well, everything I got to rely on Facebook. And I tried to go back on my phone and my laptop. It take too long to go all the way back to 2014 to pull up. Cause I got an interview with Corey with the K.
Hmm.
He did an interview with me, and it was the first interview. If I stand corrected, if I'm correct, I was the first interview Corey with the K did. And dog, when I tried to go back to find that interview, and it just took everything out of me. Once I got so far clicking, it started buffering forever just to go down half a page. But I want to find Corey with the K interview, dog, because this dude said on my show that he want to be successful in making funny skits and doing what he do right now.
So wait. You when I it was your show was recorded, right?
Oh, I think it was on. I recorded it on Facebook. Maybe. Well,
Yeah,
I had to
yeah. That's
because
what I
that's
used
where
to
I
watch
saw it.
that.
I recorded it on Facebook. I just can't go back and get it.
No,
It's
I'm
so far
saying
back.
like you was in like a radio room and then it'll be your guest, but you could tell that you was being filmed. You see what I'm saying?
Mm,
So you didn't keep up with the film either.
no, bro. Cause it was
Damn,
just I was in a stage of where I was just what
doing
they
it.
call it pro bono. It was pro bono like type where I just bring them in, I knock them out, do it. Bring them in, knock them out, do it.
That's
Bring them in, and this is what I look forward to every week. Somebody new coming in, some new
hey.
energy,
If
some
they
new this, some
wonder
new that.
if
Like,
they wonder where I get that from, you just said that's exactly. I'm telling you though, like when I finally decided to shout out Johnny Butu, when I finally decided to do this, right? I
yeah,
and I ain't saying I took your sauce, you heard me, OG, but
nah,
I did what you did.
right,
I did what you did, and now I'm right here. So you understand me? You should teach a class or some shit.
yeah. I thought and actually thought I had a business manager that was. This is why I need
Alan
somebody
Ward,
of
I think his name is Alan Ward. My bad.
that name
And
sound familiar,
my he
real
he used to
familiar.
fuck with BG and his finance,
Ah, yeah. And shout out to BG, boy. I know you short, partner. I
Oh,
only
he
seen you
real?
once.
Oh, what? Oh,
Dude, I only seen this dude once in my life, and it was in the Popeyes fast food restaurant on Claiborne. And for whatever reason, my bionic hearing heard him ask the lady in the fast food line to give me some ketchup. I was passing him up. And it was my oldest son was with me. He was his baby at the time. And when I look, I'm talking to him like he know who BG is. He like 5, 6 years old. I'm like, man, that's BG from uptown. Like, no whoopie
yeah,
whoop, blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
And I'm like, damn. And that's the only time I ever seen that dude in person. But there was somebody that was locked up with him and I hate that I can't think of this guy's name. It was an old guy. He almost did life. He was sentenced to life, but he got out early, and then he came out, wrote a book, and started working for other criminal convicts. Started working for them to get them
Hold up. I
exonerated.
know who
I
you
forget
talking
his
about.
name.
I tried to damn, what's his name is? Damn, OG, you made me fucking forget the name.
He was kind of thick. He was about
Yeah,
my
tall.
height,
He was
and
tall, right?
he had long hair. It was black. It was gray, majority gray, but gray and black.
Is he still
And but he
alive?
was writing a book.
Is he still
Yeah, he was
alive?
writing a book, and this girl stole the rights to his book.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I forget
Okay.
his damn name.
Do you have
But
a
he was
favorite?
telling me a lot about BG,
Yeah.
and I'm like, bro, I love to interview him when he come home, and that was way back then, and I still didn't write no questions down to ask BG. This was supposed to be, I was planning on doing the interview just straight off the top of my head, like, because it just seemed more real. Even though it's still real on how you ask the question. You can have 1,000 questions lined up. It's all about how you ask the question, and does it fit. You got to fit that question in that moment and be able to, when certain things, keywords being said, you've been doing a good job of it, and they say certain
Oh,
things,
I
bam,
just, yeah, I just threw the questions out. We running it. We
yeah,
vibing. I mean, I'm asking you some of them, but this a vibe. You hear me?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, you do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite episode?
My most favorite episode. Ah,
And after that, I'm
yeah.
gonna hit you with your
I
favorite
got
guest. After that, I'm gonna hit you with your favorite guest. So, might as well answer back at the same time.
my favorite episode, which is not a favorite because it was fun. It's a favorite because it touched hearts of women. And I interviewed two women that were
I saw this.
victims, three women that was victims of
Mm-hmm.
domestic abuse.
I saw that.
Shout out to my girl, man, Miss Bayham, for real, on all levels. This my dog, Dorian Bayham. I mean, that's another
What
friend that I don't stay in contact with,
was
but I
that your
love him.
deepest? Was that your deepest episode?
No, my deepest episode, or a most heart wrenching and touching episode was, well, really, they about on the same. Well, I'm gonna say a close first was a guy that I interviewed that was shot 13 times at close range, and he survived. And he came on my show and he told his story.
Mm-hmm.
And it took one bullet decades later to hit him on the interstate, and he was killed on the interstate. Like a decade, 2 decades later, he lost his life to violence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the interview, the episode with the women, it touched me because at the end of the interview with Miss Dorian Beham about her struggle with domestic abuse, and hers was a struggle, boy. I had to this day, I'll leave this. Only one other person know who this person is. Called me, found how she got my number. I don't know, but at the end of this episode, a woman called my phone, crying, saying my name, and I'm like, first thing I'm like in my head, I'm like, oh shit, a woman calling me. I'm married. Like, who is this with my number crying in the phone? Oh, you about to hit me with some shit to get me in trouble? Cause I ain't do nothing. I'm
Let
good.
it
Oh,
burn.
I got nervous. I started sweating and everything. So, but she told me her name. She said, this is such and such. We went to high school together. We were real good friends. And she told me, thank you. Thank you so much. I so appreciate you and the show you did tonight. Oh my God, Peter, you just don't understand, son. Like, you just did so much for me. And I'm like, what you mean? What you talking about? Are you all right? Everything good? She's like, yeah, but it's been years. I mean, my kids are in the late teens and it's been going on. But I'm with such and such. I know the dude too. I never told no. I'm not telling nobody, but I know the dude too. And she said that he used to beat the shit out of me, and he used to keep me in a bathroom, locked in a bathroom. Him and his boy used to keep his old lady, and he used to keep her locked up in a bathroom when they went out clubbing or whatever, and dared them to come out. When they walked down the street, they couldn't look at no dudes. They had to keep their heads down. They
That
used to
sound like
beat
some
them.
pimps.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And she told me because this girl got like seven brothers. You know what I'm saying? She never told nobody in her family. But from my show, she said that it released, it opened up, it took the cap off of whatever she was going through for her to open up and tell her family what she been going through all these years, even though she
Now
had babies for this boy and everything.
now
You know,
let me give you your flowers, right? My
mm,
first women's week, I had a show with a young lady. She came and gave her domestic abuse story, and she had the people crying and all this and all that. I got that from that show.
wow,
Uh, uh,
wow, bro,
that was to me. That was your most uh power.
wow,
In my opinion. In my opinion, that's the one that stuck with me because
man.
it was like the emotion, and it, you could tell that as they talk, they was reliving it. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of a pain, but it was a kind of release. You see what I'm saying? And it was
Right.
like a kind of like it was like a, I wouldn't say a Dr. Phil session, but I think you helped them get um put away a part of their life that they didn't know how to, and you did it for them. And I did that for somebody off of what you did for them.
And didn't it feel? It made you feel good in the sense of accomplishment that you actually helped a soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
And
Not only
that
that, but
feeling,
her her hurt helped other hurt people. Like you know how they say hurt people hurt people. Hurt
yeah.
people also help other hurt people too. See, they leave that out. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, those who you a living legend. If you don't know, you know what I'm saying. But
Mm.
at what point did you realize that you was gonna do this for the rest of your life?
Um, honestly, it was simply when my heart came into play the week after I showed up for my first show and I froze up and I didn't do a show. The week after that, during that week, I was thinking to myself, like, you got a radio show. It's on the FM dial. You in a situation to where you're back against the wall because you allowed your back against be against the wall. Now stop, look, listen, and think. What can you do to not be like a regular radio show? And why I didn't want to be normal like radio, to come in and be like WBYZ is just da, 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 why I didn't want to be like that, you know what I'm
Why?
saying? I
Why?
don't know, but it was an automatic thing that happened to me, and it was like, look at what city you from. Look at what's going on in the city. Look at all the hurt people. Look at all the broke people. Look at all of this and look at all of that. Do you hear about that on the radio? No. Or you hear about it in the news clips, but you don't hear about it predominantly on a level to where people are really coming in. The people, the heart of the city people are coming in on the FM dial, laying it out there about what it is that matter to them. And that right there got me turned up. It was almost I got hot. You know, I'm like, you know how your hormones go to raging when you with your little yeah. Well, I had a different set of hormones that was like for the people. I ain't gonna say hormones, but passion for the people because they needed a larger voice. And I felt like
Mm.
I automatically just felt like I was that person to do it.
Talk
And I
that
didn't
they
know
need
how
a
I was gonna
larger
do it.
voice. Shit, OG.
Yeah, bro. and that's still deeply rooted in me. It's just I'm trying to get over this mental health thing, you know what I'm saying, and get. You know what I got a major issue with, though?
Tell me.
When I drive Uber and Lyft, and from the day I started to literally the last day I drove, which was 2 days ago, there's never been one night I picked somebody up in my car, told them what I did, or
And
I
they
was on the
knew who
radio
you
and
was.
so on, and they tell me that I got the voice for it. You got that radio voice, or they heard me, or they knew of me, or they felt some kind of way because once they Googled me and they saw who I was, and to me, I'm like I'm still just regular. I just got a
Keep
little
it. I
show.
gotta get my charger. Keep it. You keep going, OG.
Yeah. So I'm like, I just got a little show, you know what I'm saying? But these people, I was hearing them, but I wasn't listening. And if I would have listened and
Hmm.
took in all the greatness that they had to say about me and took it to my beliefs within myself and made it a part of me,
Hmm.
I would not have an issue with being what people call a local celebrity and holding myself to that standard.
Hmm.
Early on, you probably remember when I first started radio, I said, I don't want to be above the people. I want to stay here. I want to stay straight across the board with the people. I don't want to be up here and people looking at me and I'm feeling like I'm up here on a level of celebrity, but it feels like in me mentally, it feels like I'm looking down at the people, but helping them. But I should have looked at it as if I'm up here, I could grab people and pull them up. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that's the
That's what
whole
I
point.
wasn't doing for myself.
That's what
So
you
I
was
didn't give,
doing.
I never gave myself credit
Oh, all
for
right. That's what I was
being,
about to say. You was doing that. You
but
that
I
that's
didn't look at it like that. I was just doing it. I didn't, when I had that moment to myself and people started, like when somebody told me, you know, how popular you are, this, that, and other, that shook me too. So I'm like, if I'm popular, that takes me out of the community, like in a sense. Like that's the way I looked at it. Maybe that was a dumb way of looking at it, but
nah,
I
nah.
just wanted to stay streamlined with the people and still do what I do back here. The people here, what I do is just a part of it. But I bought a book from this lady named Havilah Malone.
Wait,
And
hold up. Say that name one more time.
Havilah Malone, Havilah, Havilah Malone.
Okay.
And it's a book. What is that damn book? Hold up. Yep, right here. I ain't gonna show y'all the
Right
cover
here.
because I spilled coffee on it. But yeah, I can show the cover, the inside of it. This book right here. You can see it.
Yeah.
You can see the title.
Uh, publicity. What?
Publicity magnet. How to become a publicity magnet.
Okay. Because you know it's the other way for me. So
So I was just trying to figure out where I wanted to be and or how could I get to a certain point to where I do get the accolades for who I am and what I do, but don't because you know in New Orleans people are looking at you a certain way, and that's something you got to stop looking at too. Worrying about what other people go think of you and judge and what if you stay
I tell
yourself.
my children that don't base your success off of other people. But if
Dog,
you want, and I know I'm a BG, you the OG, but I just, in my opinion, you got your validation and your accolades when you realize that moment you realized what you was doing.
dude,
That was God telling you this is why this was your calling. In my opinion.
right?
In my opinion, you hear me? You ever thought about giving this shit up?
Yeah. When I went through what I went through in 2019, bro, I couldn't. I just and I had a clip. I actually posted. I was crying my ass off in 2019, and I posted it. And my oldest son, he was the one that called me and told me that you got to take that down. It's not a good look. You need to take that down. and it was a video about what happened in 2019, and I deleted it.
Oh, you told.
You
Oh, all
know,
right. Yeah, yeah. You told the story.
but when all of that took place, a part of me died. You know what I'm saying? And it never reappeared. I'm still looking for it, and I wanted to give up then. And before I wanted to give up before then, but a friend of mine that's no longer here told me that all the great things that I did, and I'm like, how the hell you remember all of that? I don't even must remember all of that. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't allow me to give up because I just wanted to just get. I just was tired because I felt like if I stopped doing this, my marriage would get better. But my passion for this, like, because my wife, my ex-wife, she didn't. It's my fault because I couldn't explain to her what I was doing or my goal. Only thing I know, I just knew to show up on a Tuesday night and a Thursday night and do my show and just go. And eventually, I'm gonna go somewhere. I had no structure, so I had nothing for her to believe in either. You dig? It was just like I was just doing it as a hobby because I was, but I was spending so much time in this and doing this and spending that and doing this and spending that, and I'm taking from my household, but I'm not. I'm not. It's not inflating or elevating my family or what have you. So I was going through a lot to where I wanted to give up on it, but then a friend of mine just brought up all this great shit that I did that I never thought about it like that. And they're like, so you think you're gonna give all this up after you did all of this and whoop whoop blah blah blah? And I'm like, wow, I never had nobody tell me nothing like that before. Or know my shows verbatim, you know what I'm saying? And it opened up my eyes. And as of recent, I went through it at least three times, and the third time was recent, months ago, within the last in 2022. I wanted to give it up, but where my office was at, some things went over there. I got let down. Some things that this program offered didn't come through, and I ended up spending my money on what this program was supposed to pay for, and that's when everything collapsed with my videographers and whatnot. The money I spent to do what I thought this program was going to do, I wasn't supposed to spend the money according to what they say, but I spent this money, and once I spent that money on the video crew and all of that, I was like, I can't win for losing. Like I need to just give this up. But then I thought about it. I'm like, well, once you look around, once you go to the VA, talk to the VA to see if they got any way that you can any programs that'll help pay and go find out if there's a school that you can get into that I can go learn it myself. The stuff that these videographers was doing, get in school and learn what they're doing for you, and come back and do your show yourself, and you ain't got to pay nobody. So I came into some money via a credit card, and I went and spent over $18,000 on equipment. And I found a school. I'm in school currently right now. I know how to shoot video now. I know how to edit, but I'm slow as shit. Dog, I got video from
Nah, you not slow, OG. Because like I say, my little brother do that. Dog. That's the longest, boringest, stupidest,
bro.
dumbest
And
part.
you gotta find that motivation too. But I got into so much demand. I was videoing so much. I got interviews with celebrities, dog. I interviewed Young Jock damn near 2 years ago. I never released that. I interviewed Caesar from Black Ink. Never released that. I got an interview that's so freaking ridiculously dope with Cheeky Black. I ain't never released it. I got interviews with
She coming on when she gets some time.
she gonna give you that, yeah.
I know.
Cheeky gonna
I've been
boy,
on her. Hey, I've been on her for about 4 months.
dog,
You heard me?
dog,
Shout out Cheeky, you heard
dog.
me?
Shiki is the truth. Fuck.
Yeah, I know. I've been on it. I've been look. If you see her ask and be like, "Yeah, Nuts say what's up," she gonna be like, "God damn, that little nigga, he is consistent."
So guess who else? I got an interview with Diesel. Diesel, the producer, the Grammy Award winning producer who produced Lollipop for Lil Wayne and a shit ton of other shit. I
Mm.
interviewed him at his place, well, at his Airbnb or condo, whatever it was, on Bienville, and his group that he had. I never released that because I ended up getting into it with one of my videographers, and the shit got lost. And
See,
once I got it back, I'm still sitting on that, dude. I got
that's
so
why.
many
That's
interviews,
why I do
brother.
it live. That's why I do it live because I don't gotta like this one. This one. This interview right here kind of mean the most because of how the history. But
Yeah,
this what if I would have lost this video behind some dumb shit or something? You know what I'm saying? So that's
yeah.
why. Yeah. So was it everything? What was the biggest misconception you had about radio before you got into it?
That it was fake. That and I come to realize, I didn't like how they spent so much time playing commercials, so much time playing music is always great. 'Cause we all like love a good mix. But when you do break down and you do a talk show segment or talk about this, talk about that, it just felt fake to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like radio, not the personalities, because the personalities they follow the
But the
instructions of how
radio,
to,
yeah, they work
yeah,
for the radio, yeah.
right. So I just felt radio, the executives and the higher ups, they could make time for people, but I wasn't looking at radio as a business. You know what I'm saying? I never
That's
did
how they
know how
look.
to look at
Yeah,
radio other than it's just for music.
right.
But you know, and that's what led me to change the game of radio when I got on there. Because even though these personalities, bro, the downtown Leslie Brown, the C.J. Morgans, the Eddie Berrys, I know these people personally, and I know if they had the opportunity to do what the fuck they wanted to do, it would have been a lot of people from the city that would have been getting their roses on FM on the FM dial. You know what I'm saying? So when I was able to slide in under the radar and I saw that I had total creative control of what I do, and once I realized what total creative control was,
Talk that
oh,
fucking
bro,
creative control shit. That's what I want to keep. That's why I ain't on TikTok because I can't smoke and I can't curse. And I got my own little network. Like I said, I got a game show, I got a sports show, I got a news show, and I got the podcast. You hear me? And I'm coming out with a cooking show, a vegan cooking show with one of my artists. I got a label.
boy,
I, yeah, I,
say,
I
bro,
got.
you a mirror image of me, dog. Everything
I
you
know.
done name, either I did or I plan on doing, but you doing it. It's not that it came from me. You have
Uh-huh.
your own mind, and you
Yeah,
thought you envisioning and you already envisioning these shows.
when
Ooh,
you
this it's like this and like that, and I could do this and I could do that. Like, bro,
I could relate
boy,
to so much. Like you sat down, you didn't have a plan. You used to do a freestyle. You had those 3 losses in 2 months. I did too. I did too. You heard me. So I lost that. I kind of feel like a part of me. Like it's just so much that we like. I ain't trying to be no fan. You
right?
heard me? But
I,
it's like when you said that, I was like, damn. And then when you was doing what you was doing for people and all that shit, like I get that same shit. Like, and it's like I don't charge people either because that's not what I do it for. I do it to like for people to call me and be like, I saw this cancer episode. It really helped me. Or you see what I'm saying? Like, and it's like,
right.
yeah, like, yeah, like you're a living
Now
legend.
let me clarify, and I appreciate you keep snapping me with that. It's not going
You are,
unnoticed, brother. Thank you.
you are.
Well, let me clarify when I say I ain't charged. when I was on the radio, I ain't charged. Once I started What to Do Network, I started charging. So
Yeah,
just in case
yeah,
there's an artist that caught this interview in the middle of some shit,
yeah.
and they was like, "Shit, I paid him da 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 woo woo
Right,
woo."
right. But
But
but at that time,
hey,
was they monetizing pages back then?
no,
See, that's what I'm saying. Oh, my shit monetized, so I don't have to charge them because I get paid from the I guess the universal. I'm cash money. Fuck Facebook,
right.
the Facebook
I see.
universal. I'm
I
cash
gotta
money.
get set up. I'm not even set up like that, dog. Like, I mean, I'm set up on YouTube, but I just don't. I don't do my shows no more. Like talking about because I'm working on this camera. But when I do come back with my shows, and just to piggyback off of you, because I want to put it out there, I don't want nobody to feel like that. I'm stealing people ideas and whatnot. I plan on doing a cooking show too. I
Mhm.
already have a sports show that I started last football season with my homies. Shout out to Wilson Mills. Shout out to Restyle, the other two people that's in this game that's doing it and got their podcast and their music and the show events that they putting on and all that. That's been, man. Shout out to y'all, like for real, for real. They
I got to shout
staples
out
as
my
well.
my 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 co-host for my sports show, Hood the Hood Counselor. Shout out to you, Jesus Big having that. What you were saying, though, OG?
But I started like last year. It just
Mhm.
came to my mind. Like this is so fire about being your own boss.
You can do what the
I
fuck you want to.
You can do what the fuck you want, dog. And I,
when
I
you
got all this equipment. So the idea of a sports show came to mind last football season.
Mhm.
I'm not a sports commentator. I can't give you the damn stats and all of that shit. So with that being said, I said, well, I'm not gonna name this show something that will lead people to believe that it's all about us that's on the camera giving y'all the information. Fuck that. Y'all getting involved too to help a brother out because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah,
So I created a show called Fans. I wanted to name it Fans Point of View, but they already have a show out there named Fans Point of View.
shout out to
So running it back and forth with my homie Mills, I came up with the name. I put the New Orleans twist on it. You know how we say orange is orange,
yeah.
oil is
Furl is
Earl,
furl.
point is perk. Instead of point is perk. So I named my show Fans Perk of View.
You understand?
You know what I'm saying?
With the
And
little
I had the
gangster
homie,
with the little gangster present minute.
yeah.
Yes,
And
sir. Yes, sir.
I wanted that show. Reason why I say why I named it Fans Perk of View is because for the shit that I lack in being a commentator, it's all about what I have to say, yeah, what my co-hosts have to say, but the fans get to come in and give they point of view of how they feel about the game, before the game, during the game, after the game, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they become a commentator within the show themselves. They really speaking what they feel in their heart. Whether they pissed, they happy, they want to be on some next level shit and make the other fans feel slated or whatever. I don't care. But
Yeah.
I, it's all everything that I do. I prefer the people to be involved in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like whatever I get out of it, I want the people to get out of it too. So,
When it's all said and done, how do you want it to be defined?
uh, I would like to be defined a man of the people, but until I really start doing some community activist type stuff or being able to hold an event for the communities, I can't do that. See, like shout out to the homie Mike Willis, everything that he's doing with the Hope Foundation, man. That's something that I would like to create one day. And until I'm able to actually literally, even though me giving back through radio, I guess just me being a humble soul again, even though
Don't
what
do
I
that.
do through
Don't do that.
radio
Don't do that. Don't do that. No.
and
Don't do that.
doing,
Don't do that. Go ahead, though.
it's like it's like I just feel like there's more that I need to do, or I need to get back to being consistent before I say I want to be remembered as a man of the people. Like, cause
Man, come on,
I
man. You a man of the people. I'ma say it. You don't gotta say it. Just say it.
it's just so much more that I want to get done that I'm going to get done. You know what I'm saying?
I want to
that
do it. Get with me, and we could put our names. But I mean, that's a motherfucking thing. I could say I could put my name behind something. You know what I'm saying? I just, you know what I'm saying? But we could put our names behind
yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? And damn, that's something. That's something. You know what I mean? But we could put our names behind it and try and make it whatever. You know what I'm saying? I want
Right.
help. I want help too. You know what I mean?
I gotta, as a part of building a team, we gotta get people on board that know how to do stuff like that. Cause I don't know nothing. The only thing I know is how to be me and how to pour out my heart and through
And
what
sit
I
up.
do.
Yep.
I
Sit down
need
and
people
talk
on
that
my
shit.
team. I need people on my team. Like right now, dude, I'm an honorably discharged veteran,
Mm-hmm.
and there's ample opportunity out there for me to get money from the government and this, that, and other. But when I think about it or try to do it, it's like my ADD, ADHD, whatever you want to call it, kick in, and my spirit just drops. It's like, nah, I need somebody else in here to do it. And maybe that's just what it is. This is how I operate. This is what I need to be in place. Let me focus on this. You do what you do. Everybody do their job. We come together and make this one solid foundation of
How
what it
long?
do network. You know,
How long were you in the service?
I only did 4 years from 2000 to 2004. I was a aircraft mechanic on the F-18 Hornet. I was responsible for 35 $34 million aircraft, 35 single. I got to the point to where I was responsible for the upkeep of 35 separate F-18 Hornet jets. You know what I'm saying? Them suckers was worth 30, 34, 35, 38 million, something like that.
Okay, well, look,
And
I'm putting together a show. It's called Vibing with the Vets. I'm gonna have a vet from here, a vet from the north, a vet from the east, and a vet from the west. And I'm gonna call it Vibing with the Vets. And I'm gonna let y'all come on, trade basic training stories because I had a couple of vets on here, and they had some fire basic training stories. If you've been to war, yo, because a couple of them been to war, and y'all just we gonna vibe with the vets, and I'm the general, so you know what I'm
say,
saying.
bro,
We go.
say, bro,
I'm an honorary member. You know what I'm saying.
you,
You know what I'm saying. You hear me? So I'm gonna come with the vets.
dog.
You know what I'm saying, and we
Me
just
and
gonna
you think
vibe.
alike, bro.
I know.
I'm gonna let this one out the bag because I don't know when I'm gonna do it, and if somebody steal my idea, I don't care. But I used to work at the VA hospital,
Mm.
and I left in February of last year.
Wait.
And
Tell me behind the scenes, cause this. I know. Tell me. Yeah.
I got some plans,
We
partner.
ain't about to do that.
I
That
got some
somebody
plans,
gonna take
partner.
that. Somebody gonna take that, OG.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
Somebody gonna
I ain't gonna
take that.
say it, but
Yeah.
it's
Somebody gonna.
it's in the works. It's in
Yeah.
the works, dog.
Yeah.
It's in the works, bro. I just want to build my company, bro. This is made for me, dog. This is me, but it's me that's keeping me from it. And I need help, though. I try to do it by myself, and mentally, dog, it's too much. I need a business manager.
I'm doing
I
it by
got a
myself.
co-host. I need a couple of co-hosts. What you say,
I'm doing it by myself. I don't got no help.
dog?
I planned
It's
everything. Do the
Well, me and you
questions.
might be built different. You might be able to be successful building it by yourself. I
It
tried
is
and
like
I held my own for a good long time. But now that I'm getting older, I'm approaching 50 in the next couple of years. You feel me? So my brain is not as fluid as it was 10, 20 years ago. So I get locked in on something. I'm trying to knock this out, but while I'm knocking this out, this over here need to be getting done too. And when I try and stop this and go over here and do this, I lose my way on that. So I'm like, no, man, look, I need to build a team, somebody that know my work and that believe that me coming back out, they can help and put these things in place to where the whole the whole company, everything with it, whether it's commercials, whether it's a music video, whether it's an interview, whether it's a documentary, whether it's just some shit about the city or whatever. I got people in place that can keep things lined up because, like, they have meetings at the Jazz Museum all the time, bro. And one of these days, I'm gonna sit in a meeting And I'm gonna tell
Hey,
Greg
my little
Lambusi, I want to
brother.
sit in the meeting
Hey,
because
my
the way
little
they
brother.
structure their
Hey,
business, the way they
OG.
handle their business there is so dope. Everybody play. They got a table full of people, and everybody play a part. And that's why the French Quarter Fest for the
OG.
Jazz Museum and
My little
everything
brother.
else at the Jazz Museum be so perfect.
My little brother just pulled up with his whole ass. I'm gonna introduce y'all. He just pulled up. Ain't nothing but God. I'm a, with his bitch ass. But I'm gonna introduce y'all. That ain't nothing but God. That ain't nothing but
Yeah, bro.
that ain't nothing but God. You better come in here. But do you feel like a pioneer?
Yeah. Um. Now that me thinking back on all the things people have to say and all the stamps you gave me today, today is the first day I honestly got a taste of what being a or thinking myself as a pioneer feels like. Today is the first day, dog. For real.
That has something to do with that. That's what's up. I appreciate that. That means something for me. You know what I'm saying? That so when do you air? You know what I'm saying? What time? What are your shows? And
I'm
what
not. I can't give y'all that information because, like I said, I took a back. I took a step back from doing my shows. I do shoot every Tuesday, like I said, at the Jazz Museum, and I chop that footage up and I put it out, even though I'm behind on that right now too, due to editing, me being slow on editing. I'm not currently doing my show the way I used to. Like if somebody hit me up and they want to jump on, because right now I'm leaving my office. I'm giving my office space is gone. So every time I shoot now, it's on location, or we'll pick a fire location to shoot the show at, get permissions and all of that from the establishment. If it is establishment, get permission to shoot the interview and stuff like that there. But right now, I'm currently in school for digital media, and I bought excuse me, this expensive ass camera, and I'm shooting documentaries. I'm shooting short films. I'm in and out on a reality show. We're shooting a reality show right now, and I was a cameraman on that, and I'm waiting to be called back. That's
this is
a
the this
reality
is
show
this
here in New Orleans.
this the
Huh?
cameraman I was telling you about, the bitch ass. Damn. That's my little brother. That's who I was
Hey,
telling you about.
little brother, you been calling your ass out your name, bro.
He know I
You
don't
might
like
have to
that.
take him.
He know I don't
You
like
got you got to take him to the
that. He know I
backyard,
don't like
bro.
that. But
You got to catch a cut.
man, oh, we done caught a couple. But he looking for a cameraman. It's whatever. Whenever you ready.
No, look, wait. I used to be like that too. It's whatever, and I end up
No, it's
doing it
really
for
like
free.
that. It's really like that. Let
So
him talk. Let him talk.
I'm telling you, like I ain't ashamed to say I don't have a budget right now because I'm in school for film right now, dog.
Look at
Because
him.
it was an issue with like my savings and money I had. I believed in my show so much, I just
I'm gonna
kept
pay
feeding
him.
my
I'm gonna pay
videographer,
him. I'm gonna
but I
pay him.
couldn't get to the point. I couldn't afford it no more.
I'm gonna
So I
pay
went and
him.
bought. You know what a Black Magic 4K camera is?
Black Magic?
Yeah, the Black Magic 4K camera.
No, I got a Sony. Mine a Sony 4K.
Well, I'm gonna show you that's what I'm working with right now. I bought that and I got in school
Black
to
Magic.
learn how
That's
to shoot video. Huh?
that ain't the big rolling one on the kit they be using, huh?
No, but it can be. I
Oh,
got, and that's one of the next things I'm gonna buy. But really, it's just you put the camera on the tripod and you get the rolling plate, and you put the tripod on the rolling plate and lock it down, and then you get you can roll. I'll be able to roll that camera around and do what the hell I want with it. But if you talk about the big bulky one, no, it's not no big bulky
yeah,
one.
I was thinking like the director with it
Oh
comes
no,
with the
nah, nah.
screen over and shit. But
Yeah,
hey,
I ain't on that level yet.
I don't know what that camera is, but if it's 4K, I know we can work with it. You hear me? Everything we got top of the line. Like if I could take you to my studio top right now, everything top of the line. This is what the movies using. You hear me? I show
Right.
the movies and shit. You don't be fucking with a nigga the right way, you hear me? Cause he'll hold you. He'll hold you. I'm gonna we about to handle some business. I'm gonna connect y'all. I'm gonna lock y'all in. But
Yeah,
that's A1 Lagoon I was telling you about.
Lagoon. Yeah,
Y'all go check his ass out on YouTube. A1.
Man, look, all platforms. You hear me? You go look on Apple, you go look on Spotify, YouTube, you go get videos and shit. Like, you type in, look, it's AONE. Let me see the camera, see that?
I'm gonna make sure.
Right there.
Hold up.
Right there.
There you go.
Look, it's AONE. Spell my one. A1. AONE.
That's what I was trying to say earlier. I was fucking up. So good thing he
yeah.
good thing he came.
A1 Lagoon, like a swamp, a lagoon. A1 Lagoon. That's me. You go look it up and everything. Like, you go to YouTube, it should pop up everything. YouTube will pop up the videos, the songs on Apple, everywhere. It'll pop up.
You okay. Get that little fire promo in right quick. How
That was fire, though. That was fire. But, pleasure meeting you, brother.
Before we get up out of here, before you, boy, so you left that over. All right, here come the bullshit, OG. I'm about to get out. I'm about to get out of here, dog. Here comes the bullshit. But before I get out of here, OG, leave me with some more advice, OG.
Leave him with some advice.
Me too. I'm gonna show it
in. Bruh, all I want to say, bro, honestly, is to stay true to yourself, and ain't nothing wrong with putting people before yourself, but just don't do it too much because you gotta have your self-care. You gotta be able to take care of yourself. I had an issue with looking out for people before I look out for myself all my life. You know what I'm saying? And moving ways other people move and not moving my own way. You dig? So honestly, I would just if you want to be successful or you just want to be good, you want to be right, first and foremost, go to prayer. Pray to the Lord and just be real with him and talk about the things you need and what you want. And ask for forgiveness when need be, but just keep a relationship with God, and then just stay true to yourself, bro. And ain't nothing wrong with showing love to people that you don't know. If you go on my website right now, in my bio, I got a statement that say, "I ain't got to know you to love you. I ain't got to know you to care. But if it's in my power, Petey Paul go be there." And I mean that. You know what I'm saying? But I can only be there in a way that I don't give too much of myself to where it affects me. But I want to give a real truth from the heart touch on it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as you, stay true to what you're doing. Stay consistent. Watch your shows. That's something a partner of mine named Zach told me when I first got in the radio. He kept telling me, watch your shows, watch your shows. I never watched none of my radio shows. But over time, I saw why. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that you can envision. You might see somebody else's podcast and then put yours in that same frame in your mind. And you can create ideas. If ideas come to your head, save them in your phone, write them down. Don't say I'm going to remember them because you're not verbatim to the fullest. I got so many ideas on my phone right now, dog. I'm gonna pass some of them off to some people that I'm gonna put under the What It Do network. So I want to find other personalities, other people that do come in here and create them who they are going to be on my network, you know, and bloom and then take off, go. I ain't trying to lock nobody down, no contracts, no 360 deal, none of that shit. Come in here, get it in, go get your life. But
OG. Look at him coming in here touching, bro. Look at him, dog.
Real talk. Well, we gotta keep it real and put information out there, bro, because there's people out there that's been or going through what you've been through, and you might have came out of that hole. You might seen a light. You might just turn out to be successful or whatever it is. Share that information, man. Them little tidbits, them hard lessons, because they got people that are at crossroads, at the same crossroads you were at, or similar to the crossroads you were at. And it's something that you can say through your journey of success or just elevating to the next level that will help those people that's at a crossroads and they don't know what to do. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
my spill. Thank you for having me, brother.
Man, thank you for coming on. You're a living legend, bro.
Thank you, dog. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Is Pete another general? To know the passion. Bitch ass up, dog. I'm about to go, bro. I'm about to go, OG. I'm gone, OG. I'm gone. I'm
Be
gone,
cool, brother.
dog.